Hey, what's up? Welcome to Logo Vlogs. My name is Raiden. I'm your host. Today we're going to be talking about secondary graphics. What the hell is secondary graphics? Well, if you're not a design student, let me walk you through the meaning of secondary graphics. Well, secondary graphics basically are the visual elements that support the logo design. Well, you have a logo, but with the logo itself, the visual identity seems really fragile. You have the logo, you have the font to be the whole structure of your visual identity that's just really flimsy and lazy. The secondary graphic just instills a little bit of visual empowerment and supports the logo to create a more complete visual identity. There's only a few companies that can pull off not having a secondary graphic. They boil down their minimalistic style to such a level that when you're so famous that everybody knows you and you're a household name, that's when you can just take it off, Apple is one of the few companies that do that. I think Nike as well. I don't know about Adidas. I think Adidas still uses their 3 stripes as the visual element, an extension of the logo for their campaigns or whatever, or even their products. Secondary graphics are just extensions of the logo. Now I pulled up some examples on Behance. So this is a branding project, I think a self-branding project for Val Chen, who is a costume designer and art director based in Taiwan, I think. Yeah, Taipei, Taiwan. Multiple owners, Ting An Ho and Val Chen. I'm butchering the names, but I'll just go ahead. And as you can see, the logo is it's a pretty complex logo, to say the least. Okay, you have this logo to set off the mood. You have the color, a little bit pastel-y, a little bit more of still life inspired, a little bit square spacey. And you scroll down and you have this little graphic. Now it is inevitable that this graphic is being made solely inspired from the logo itself, and that is what visual graphics, secondary graphics are, an extension of the logo design. I guess this is like a ad, I think. That'd be a pretty cool ad, just zoom into your visual identity like that. Letterhead, oh man, the letterhead is just... Oh, this is the letterhead. Okay, so this is the letterhead, and then this is the business card. Nice. Okay, I think her concept is that the squiggly lines comes from the Mandarin characters that you can see here. Can I exit this out? Yep, definitely. So with the Mandarin characters, and then she encloses it with a circle, it creates this really cool symbol. It's kind of like an aerial view of a tennis court, which is pretty cool. And you can see it being applied visually, placed on an image overlaid, and you can also see it's being the concept of the lines cutting out simple imagery, and it creates this really cool collage. You can sort of see the logo superimposed into the arrangements of the collage. Pretty cool. The next example I want to show you of secondary graphics is Oculista luxury eyewear. It's made by Erva Design in Portugal. Reddish pinkish logo, and behind you can already see the secondary graphics is heavily inspired by the logo itself. And when I scroll down, okay, that's the old logo restyle. So it's inspired by the Phoropter, which is the optometrist equipment that is used to test your eyesight. Parts from the iconography of the Phoropter, and then you get this logo. Okay, it's kind of a bit of a stretch, the concept, but I'll give them the credit for coming up with this rationale. Cool. And as you can see, it creates a pattern. Now I love this. I love it when logos are purposefully designed so that it can be eventually adopted into a pattern. Now that is really interesting. I discovered this. I think this trend has been going on for it started at around 2013. Like the surge of social media just went up. yeah, I guess around 2012, 2013, you see a lot of companies, especially corporate companies, adopting this into their identity system. So when they rebrand, they make the logo purposefully so that it can be placed in an array and create a cool pattern like this. Really, really nice. Very nice. Last one I want to show you, which has the same concept pattern as well from the logo, is one of Ryan Minchin's work. He's a graphic designer and art director, I think in London. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Hevwe, I think. And okay, let me just zoom in. Okay, if you look closely to the V right here, there is the I think the destination icon. It completes the V. Taking that and then just duping it. Hevwe is an upcoming luxury skincare brand planning to launch their first 3 stores across the United States. Oh, okay, so this is a campaign. Oh, their unique selling point is that they ship worldwide, which is the reason why they make this destination icon a priority. So yeah, after looking at inspiration and the meaning of secondary graphics and examples of different effective secondary graphics, let me just dive into Illustrator and see whether or not I can replicate that. Okay, so I have a logo that I just grabbed from my Instagram. Now I have never tested this logo before, but what I like to do to test out some secondary graphic ideas is to just make a pattern out of the logo. So I have this simple logo. I'm just gonna duplicate it like that, and I'm just gonna Command D, and there we go. And I have this really cool chain, but I do not like the fact that it is jagged. So I'm just gonna dupe it sideways, and I've got this column type thing. I don't know how I feel about that. So I have the original logo here, and this is what it looks like if it's duplicated like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do that and just gonna flip it around, see what it looks like that, and it creates this new shape. Let me just do that, and then it creates this really cool chain. Now what I like about duplicating things is that, like, I have no idea the outcome of it. You know, this is kind of looks like a house of cards being linked up like a chain, and it's like a metaphor if you are as strong as your weakest link or something like that, to rationalize this design. So that could be a starting point. And I did not know that, I did not expect it to come out so 3D like. You know, when you duplicate things like this, they're called happy design accidents. But this is what you do when you explore. You figure out new things. Sometimes it doesn't look nice like this one. Sometimes it looks pretty cool like this. I'm just gonna dupe it again. Hold on. Just gonna dupe it one more time. Nah, the one that I did just now was way nicer. Oops. There we go. Okay, this is really, really cool. Now, what does it look like if it's a... I'm quite proud of this. Let's see what it looks like in a business card form. So we got this. I'm just gonna group it, and I'm just gonna make another compound path. There we go. And we have this little thing right here. There's so many things that you can explore with secondary graphics. Could be like that, and then the logo could be in negative white or something in the middle. I think this is like a really outdated sort of concept, but I'm just gonna try it out anyways. So basically it's just a diagonal corner, and then just gonna put that right there, and then we have a business card. Yeah, something like that. Let me just so this is just me testing out in business card form. So basically this idea of a secondary graphic that I derived from the logo is just the logo being duplicated a billion amount of times, and it creates this sort of like a house of cards sort of aesthetic in a way that incorporates the the idea and belief in teamwork, leadership, and all that, building a foundation for the infrastructure of an entire stable and successful company. It's a house of cards, and it is also a chain link. You can play in the metaphor of you're only as strong as your weakest link, you know, but in this case, all of the links are super strong. And there you go. I want to strongly emphasize that it really depends on what your logo looks like. Every single logo is unique, and you will definitely find a unique and really cool idea of a secondary graphic from that specific logo. You will definitely find something to duplicate, replicate, make it into a really cool pattern, make it into a really cool separate design that you can put on your ads, on future campaign. If you type in Google letterhead design, where you can see a lot of old school design elements that they put on letterheads as secondary graphics. It's pretty old school, but I just want to show you that it doesn't necessarily have to be the logo itself. The designs are quite okay, but I'm pretty sure you can do better than this. But it doesn't necessarily have to be the logo itself. It can be something that is similar to the logo, like the Behance examples that I showed earlier on this video. But yeah, it really depends on the logo that you are starting with. And definitely if you're the logo designer, when you're crafting the secondary graphics, you will definitely find something really unique about that logo that you can make into a really cool secondary graphic. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Am I thirsty? there's no water in here.